Alex Bowman just can't catch a break. And right now, Hendrick Motorsports is scrambling because of it. Here's what happened. Last Sunday at Circuit of the Americas in Texas, Bowman was racing the number 48 Chevy when something went very wrong. In the middle of the race, he got on the radio and said, "I've got an issue in here that we're not going to fix, but I'm going to need some help post-race, probably." That's not a driver complaining about a loose car. That's a driver saying something is seriously wrong with him. By lap 71 of the 95-lap race, Bowman couldn't go any further. He climbed out. The problem? Hendrick didn't have a backup driver at the track, so they grabbed Matt Snyder, who was working in the pits that day as a spotter for Fox Sports. Snyder jumped in and finished the race, but the damage was done. The team lost 5 laps during the swap, and the number 48 was scored 36th. After that race, Bowman went through 2 days of medical tests. The doctors came back with a diagnosis nobody wanted to hear: vertigo. For those who don't know, vertigo messes with your inner ear and makes you feel dizzy, like the room is spinning. Now, imagine feeling that while driving a race car going over 130 miles per hour. You can barely stand up straight with bad vertigo, let alone race a stock car. What makes this worse is that COTA might have caused it. That track is brutal on a driver's body. The turns whip you left and right at high speed. The braking zones slam you forward over and over. The surface is rough, and all that shaking goes right through the car into the driver. If Bowman already had even a small issue with his inner ear, that track could have pushed his body past its limit. But Bowman didn't just sit back and accept it. On Thursday, he got in a streetcar and drove laps at the 1010 Motor Club in Concord, North Carolina. He was testing himself, trying to see if his body was ready. He wanted to race at Phoenix so badly. Phoenix is his home track. Bowman grew up in Tucson, Arizona. This is where his family comes out, where he has memories going back to when he was a kid. Missing Phoenix doesn't just hurt his season, it hurts his heart. But the doctor said, no, he's not cleared, and Hendrick Motorsports made the call to sit him down. Jeff Andrews, the president of Hendrick Motorsports, said, "We're encouraged by the progress he's making, but we have to prioritize his health above all else. It's obviously frustrating for him because he's a competitor and wants to be in the race car, especially at his home track." Now, here's where this gets really scary for Bowman's future. He's in a contract year. His deal with Hendrick runs out at the end of 2026. This season was supposed to be his chance to prove he belongs in that seat. Instead, he's sitting at the very bottom of the standings, dead last among full-time drivers, 36th place. He finished 40th at Daytona, 23rd at Atlanta, and 36th at COTA. He only has 23 points through 3 races and is already 45 points away from a playoff spot and 163 behind the leader, Tyler Reich. And the really tough part, this isn't the first time Bowman has missed races. In 2022, he missed 5 races because of a concussion. In 2023, he broke his back in a sprint car crash and missed 3 more. Now, in 2026, it's vertigo. That's 3 times in 5 seasons his body has taken him out of the car. His last win was at the Chicago Street Course back in July 2024. To fill the seat at Phoenix, Hendrick called up Anthony Alfredo. He's 26 years old and works as the team simulator driver, so he already knows how these cars are set up. He's got 43 Cup starts under his belt, mostly from 2021 when he drove full-time for Front Row Motorsports. Alfredo said, "No race car driver wants to be in the position where they have to give up their seat for a weekend to someone else." His health is definitely the most important thing. He also said his goal is to have a solid weekend at Phoenix and help get the team some good notes for future races. Alfredo's own 2026 hasn't been easy either. He raced his way into the Daytona 500 and was in tears of joy, only to get disqualified when his car failed inspection afterward. So this Phoenix ride is a big deal for him too. Meanwhile, Hendrick says they'll ask NASCAR for a medical waiver, so Bowman can still be eligible for the championship. NASCAR usually approves these when the situation is real and unavoidable. But even with a waiver, Bowman has a mountain to climb. He's deep in a hole in a contract year. His teammates are all signed long-term, and his body keeps letting him down at the worst times. The number 48 team rebuilt everything this off-season, with new engineers and crew members hoping for a fresh start. 4:554 minutes, 55 seconds. Instead, they're 4 races in, and their driver can't even get behind the work.